Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm officially 5 weeks and 3 days pregnant, and I wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk to y'all about kind of what we did different to conceive this time. And it's kind of funny because I think we did a lot of things that we missed doing, a lot of things that we should have been doing to actually conceive, but we actually conceived. So what we did this time, or what we didn't do, is we didn't use pre-seed. Not bashing pre-seed, but I feel like we used it once, and I think I had a chemical pregnancy that month of September. I don't want to say it was pre-seed's fault, but that's what happened when we did use it. It's very watery and weird, so I don't really like it. Oh, this is bothering me. Also, in the month of September, I think I did everything that I could have done to conceive and didn't. Like had sex like every 2 days, whatever, right? But then October, something that we did is we kind of held off. So I think October was more quality versus quantity. I guess that's how I would say it. We only had sex one time on ovulation day. I didn't even know it was ovulation day. So it was kind of like I wasn't trying that much, but whenever I logged it in my period tracker, I noticed it was ovulation day. So that's when I started to symptom spot one day after sex. So yeah, so in October, we only had sex once. So you would think you'd have to have sex like a whole bunch of times, but one time did it. What else did I do? Oh, I lost 8 pounds in the beginning of October. I think I told y'all that. With this keto meal plan that I got from this girl that does YouTube. Her name is Keto Coach Bree. If you want to follow her, she customized my macros, my calories, and all of that. And it kind of inspired me to want to make meal plans for people once you guys can see like a before and after once I have the baby, and you kind of believe me that I could do this for somebody else if I could do it for myself. Well, that's how I lost 8 pounds. I did the macro counting and keto stuff for like a week and a half, and I lost a whole 8 pounds, which was really cool. And then following a little bit after that is when I conceived. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I was feeling a lot better, a lot more stress-free. So that's another thing I did differently. One thing that not a lot of people deal with, and maybe it's just me, pretty sure for the most part, was I had my mother living in my house for about 1.5 years, because she got a divorce, and her and my younger 3 sisters, because I'm the oldest, I'm 28, and my younger sisters lived here with us, and they're 14, I think 9 and 6 or 7, and so they were living here in my house, and my mother was living here, and it was like a poop show. I don't want to cuss because I don't know if I can't on YouTube, but it was crazy, dude. Like, I would get home from work and sometimes after school, from coming home like 10 p.m. and it would be just so stressful. It'd be a whole mess. There was like jumping upstairs, and then we were downstairs, and it was just thinking about it makes my head hurt. So during that time is when I had my 2 miscarriages. I think that had a lot to do with my stress level and maybe my miscarriage, not 100%. But it's funny that we conceived exactly like 3 weeks after my mother and my sisters moved out. So I feel like stress level in general has a lot to do with you conceiving. I know I've seen like articles and stuff that say, oh no, stress does not affect you having a miscarriage, or the baby doesn't feel stressed. But I don't have any medical background, but I want to say otherwise because of my experiences. So that's another thing. So lower stress levels, eating a little bit healthier, and kind of just relaxing. I mean, you can kind of tell that I was a little bit less stressed because I wasn't really planning sex out. I wasn't doing all that stuff where you kind of stress yourself and your husband out sometimes when you do that. What's another thing? Oh, a lot more fruits and vegetables. The one thing that I was scared of that I did have on my my keto meal plan is that I was drinking coffee a lot. So for breakfast, I'd usually have like a bulletproof coffee. If you don't know what that is, it's like butter, black coffee, heavy cream, and sweetener, and you mix it up, and it's like high in fat, but like no carbs. So I was having a lot of coffee. I was having a lot of iced coffee, which I love and I missed, and I haven't had any coffee like in the longest time because I'm scared of a miscarriage again, because of my previous 2 miscarriages I did drink a ton of coffee. Now this time I haven't touched coffee since the day after I had sex on my ovulation day, because I was like, there's a chance, and maybe this was a big factor last time. I used to be a big Diet Dr. Pepper drinker. That was like my crack. I don't know why, like in a cup full of ice tasted so good to me. And also like just Diet Coke, any diet drinks, or like those Crystal Light stuff. And if y'all saw my, I think like 4th video ago, I went to see a nutritionist, and that's one thing she had said to cut off way before I even got pregnant. But she said that things like low carb foods that are kind of made to be low carb, like those cakes in a cup, things that have like xanthan gum, maybe like those kind of complex ingredients that make things keto but try their best to not taste keto, can affect your fertility in a way. She said that can like build up in your stomach. And when she said build up in my stomach, it kind of grossed me out. Like I just thought like of bricks on top of my stomach, like in my intestines. So I stopped doing a lot of those keto ingredients, as in things that were pre-done, not so much vegetables and things like that. So I tried to eat a lot more whole foods, and I think that's about it. My main thing that I think worked out for me was the lower stress levels. I just thought it was a huge factor. Also, I am still in school, but I'm doing everything online now. I work from home 100%. I go to school 100% from home. And I feel like that took a lot of stress away as well, because I used to get like anxiety on my way to work. And if you guys want a video on my anxiety, I can make one. I'm not too sure if that's something I want to hear about. It's kind of like sad. Not sad, but it's like not the happiest thing to talk about. But I would get panic attacks driving sometimes on the way to school or the way to work, because it's just like I have this feeling sometimes of feeling like I'm just like free, like when you're driving and it's just too open and it feels like you're gonna like float away with your car, like nothing's holding you down, nothing keeps you grounded at the moment. You feel unsafe, and I feel that sometimes a lot. So I do have a therapist. I go to a therapist as well, and it's been helping a ton. But the anxiety would cause me to like feel like my heart was racing fast. It would obviously make my stress level go way up. I'd come home like shaking, just happy that I made it home. So I don't drive really anymore to work or to school. If anything, I go drive to like Target or Walmart or even grocery shop. So I make it a point to continue to drive and continue to face those demons, fears, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to completely scare myself out of driving permanently, because I used to be like so like free-spirited about driving when I first started. I didn't have any fear, and now like it all started like when I turned maybe 21, 22, and I got this sudden fear, and it's so annoying, but that's like a whole nother video. Yeah, it sucks. It feels like right as soon as I got like a career, started going to school, had a house, got everything that I wanted, something pushed me back. And I don't know, to me what I call it is anxiety, fear. It's not good, and I talked to my therapist about that a lot. And so now that has lessened a ton, because I do everything from home now, which I see it as a good thing, but then I'm scared that like, what if I like isolate myself so much that I'm gonna be scared to go out. But that's why I try to keep doing what I do, try to live like a normal life and go out like to Target and things like that. So that was something that would happen almost daily, especially during my 2 miscarriages. It was pretty rough in those days, coming home to like stressful factors, and then just being stressed, just leaving work in itself, or for a 1-hour drive. my college was at nighttime, and I would have to drive like in the cold and the rain and the thunderstorms, whatever, just to get there. And I'm so happy because I'm about to get my bachelor's. I'm almost done. I graduate in the summer, and just not having to go through that, and I'm very at peace now knowing that. So yeah, I think stress was a big factor. So also, I want to let you guys know that I scheduled an early scan. I wasn't supposed to go till November 25th for my early scan. For my 8-week scan. But I started watching a whole bunch of YouTube, and I saw a whole bunch of girls that got scans at like 6.5 weeks, like private scans. So I called around where I live, and a lot of people don't do private scans until you're like 10 weeks. So I was surprised. So I called my doctor and I said, can you make me an order to go get a scan? And they're like, well, we'll see you ourselves at 6.5 weeks. Because my reasoning, because they were like, do you have any issues? Are you bleeding? Is anything going on? And I said, no, I think I just want it for peace of mind. And then they actually didn't put up a fight at all. They're like, okay, we can schedule you next week. So November 12th, I'm going in for I'll be 6 weeks and maybe like 1 or 2 days. And yeah, I'm gonna try my best to record that. So that's kind of all I wanted to let you guys know about what's going on, and kind of like, I know I had some comments asking what I did differently, but it really wasn't anything crazy. It was just kind of minimal, small things here and there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully my next video will be my 6-week 1-day scan, and I saw so many videos where you could see a heartbeat, so I really hope I see a heartbeat, and that's gonna be kind of my peace of mind other than my blazing positive. All right guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in my next video.